I am so bored with tattooing. Well, not with tattooing, but with black and grey. But I love black and grey. I genuinely think that black and grey is one of the hardest things to do in tattooing, and it has been my old faithful for the last 12 years of my career. So I need a change, and that's where these bad boys come in, opaques. I get to still do my beloved black and grey, but I also get to mix it up. Now, I have toyed with opaques in the past, but I always felt that I was just missing that spark. I was missing the thing that made my work my work. So I just kept with wash because I didn't want to feel like that I was taking a step back in a career that I've worked so hard for. But every single time that I see opaques, I am in awe of the work that is being produced. Not just the look that it provides on a fresh tattoo, but also that creaminess that it provides on the heel. Loads of artists these days do opaques, but very few do it good. And I want to be one of those very few that do it good. So I need to shake up the monotony of what I'm feeling in my tattooing. So for the next 6 months, I am going to do every single new piece in opaques. Absolutely no exceptions. In fact, I've already started. This is going to be an experience for me, actually pushing myself, which I feel like I've not done in such a long time. And I hope that it shows you guys that no matter how long you've been tattooing or how good of a tattooer you are, you can always strive to improve, and there will always be opportunities to learn new things. So the opaques that I have gone with is the signature set by Thomas. Yeah, I'm not going to say the rest of his name because I'll butcher it, but it is these ones, the Noir ink set, and they are by World Famous. Now, since knowing that I wanted to go into opaques, I have tried a few different sets. I tried the Fusion set, and I have also tried another World Famous set, which wasn't a signature series. But there's just something about this set, and I love the green tint that it holds. Now, I know that it's a opaque actual grey, but I don't know, there's just a green tint to it that I really like. I don't know, I just kind of feel like I'm tattooing in the Matrix when I use it, so I don't know. So with all that being said, what advice would I give to you guys if you want to follow this same path and go down the opaque route? So although I have toyed with opaques in the past and I'm not completely new to opaques, I am still relatively new to opaques, so you do have to take this with, you know, a little bit of pinch of salt, but if I can help you, then I'm going to try and do that. So firstly would be my technique. I have kept my hand technique the exact same, but what I have done is I've had to adjust my machine, bringing it down in voltage. That way the machine runs a little bit slower, giving me a little bit more time to push that pigment around. I have also exclusively been using a higher stroke machine, more specifically a 4.0, just to give that little bit more of a punch while working with a slightly thicker pigment. Now, I would say that opaques kind of sits in the middle between colour pigment and wash. It's obviously not as watery as wash, but it's also not as thick as what a colour pigment is. It is definitely hitting that middle ground. If I could compare it to anything, I would say it's like a colour that was a mixing colour. It's a lot more watered down. So running my machine like that, I've kind of found a nice balance. Now, I will say when using opaques, the lighter tones of the set it does take some getting used to. I'm not going to lie to you. If you have never done colour or you find colour hard, using these lighter tones, you may find it even harder. The lighter tones of the opaques, I would say, are comparable to using like neon greens and yellows when doing colour, which is going to make it incredibly easy for you to overwork. Just like with those colours, you have to work the pigment in, and only when it's settled will you be able to see, you know, if you've packed it correctly. Millions, I'm telling you, millions will have done it where they are using yellow or these lighter colours and they're packing it in and all they can see is blood and it looks patchy and it doesn't look like it's in, and they carry on working it and then suddenly, you know, they've damaged the skin too much. Opaques is exactly the same. Another thing that I've noticed with opaques is the stencil. If you are one of those artists that really rely on a stencil to be able to execute a tattoo, then opaques may not be for you. With opaques being a thicker pigment, it definitely takes away that stencil quicker. So you may want to bloodline definitely, or grey line if you are scared, but it is going to get rid of that stencil. I can promise you that. With regular black and grey wash, I like to be on the area, finish that area and move on. But with opaques, I've had to change up the way that I work slightly by getting in my blacks and my darks to form the overall shape and tones that I needed to be able to work off of those in the piece. I need those tones to settle in, and I believe that opaques, you do need that time for it to settle in before working like I would with a regular wash. So doing it that way provides me with the time that I need to see if my tones and my values are correct. But that is the initial things that I would say when it comes to opaques. I am really, really looking forward to this journey, and I don't think I've been this excited about tattooing in a long time. So for it to kind of like reignite that passion a little bit, oh man, I am excited to see what it brings. But if you're new around here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to get notified every time I upload. Those not new around here, do me a favor, like the video, share the video out, comment on the video, help the algorithm, yada yada. You know what to do. I've been saying this long enough. But guys, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Muchest love. Let me know what you think, by the way. Opaques, do you love them? Do you hate them? Let's discuss. Ciao.